Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ochaha Kodash. I want to give double honors to that Apostle Nellis, a great millstone who will well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in, week out, and our truth and sincerity. It's the brother Mattathiah from the GMS Virginia camp. And I want to do a quick go into this article real quick that was sent by one of the brothers in the chat, and this is from dailymail.com. It says top selling condom and lube brands contain cancer causing PFAS, which those are forever chemicals. It says researchers warn, and I want to go into this article a little bit. It says popular brands of condoms and lubricants contain dangerous amounts of toxic PFAS, forever chemicals linked to cancer, researchers has shown. It says some Trojan condoms and KY jelly lube and gels had high levels of microscopic particles that are absorbed through the skin and cause untold damage in the body. And, who knows how long that they have been putting these various different substances and chemicals in condoms. All right. It says researchers warned. It's a lot here. It's acting crazy. Bear with me one moment. All right. It says researchers warned that genitals are particularly dangerous organs to expose to PFAS because penis and vagina skin is thin and contains lots of blood vessels. This increases the risk. The chemicals which are linked to infertility, sperm damage, and pregnancy complications. So this goes hand in hand with this devil's population control and making, men infertile and causing all different types of problems with, children being born, concerning birth defects, Down syndrome. The list goes on and on because ultimately that profits them. That brings big pharmacy and these doctors and these hospitals big money. When your child comes out with a certain birth defect or a certain disease or illness or something that they have to live through and carry with through their whole life, okay? Because, these hospitals and these pharmacies are nothing but a business, and they need you to keep coming and buying and receiving the various different products. It says in pregnancy complications get into the bloodstream where they can travel to other organs. It says it is thought that the chemicals end up in the products to help repel moisture and liquid during sex. The testing was carried out by Mammavation, a women's health advocacy group, at a government-grade laboratory. Researchers checked for the presence of fluorine, a sign of PFAS, in 29 reproductive health products. Fluorine is used in creating nuclear material. Read that again. It says fluorine is used in creating nuclear material for nuclear power plants and insulating electric towers, along with making plastics like Teflon. So high levels of fluorine are contained in basically all the condom brands. It says it was found at 13 parts per million in the Trojan ultra thin condoms for ultra sensitivity, more than the 10 parts per million danger level. Fluorine was found at nearly double the level in the Union Standard ultra thin lubricant male latex condoms, 25 parts per million. Among the lubes with the highest levels were KY jelly classic water-based personal lubricant, and it goes into some other lubricants. It says it says overall the report found that 6 out of 29 products tested, 20% had unsafe amounts of PFAS. This is quote, it is chemically certain that the female reproductive tract will be contaminated by some of the chemicals in condoms. It says a Green Science Policy Institute researcher said in the report. It says because condoms are an exposure to the most sensitive areas on the human body for both men and women, I would strongly recommend the industry identify and remove these chemicals immediately. Well, yeah, they're not going to remove these chemicals because ultimately, you know, the condom industry, these companies that produce and make these condoms and put them in your stores are ultimately owned by these wicked elites, okay? You know, these higher ups, and they're doing these things for a particular reason. This is all part of their agenda. You know, it goes hand in hand, you know, with the pharmacies, it goes hand in hand with these hospitals, these medicines, these doctors. You know, it goes hand in hand with what they're trying to form, create, and push on this earth. All right. It says the polyfluoroalkyl substances are microscopic substances that take thousands of years to break down. You know, so these PFAs, you know, they basically are, you know, in breakdownable. They never break down. They never go away. Hence why they call them forever chemicals. It says take thousands of years to break down in the environment of or human body. Hence their nickname forever chemicals. Their main purpose is to repel water and oil, which is what makes non-stick cookware easier to clean. Yeah, and these forever chemicals in your cookware, these forever chemicals in your household items, your foods, your clothing, all right, your electronics. It says which is what makes non-stick cookware easier to clean and why certain jackets and tents can withstand rain. But the chemical can seep into the water supply by washing dishes and can enter food if packaging is made to be grease resistant or non-stick coating on pots and pans and begins to deteriorate. Yeah, all your packaging that your food products come in have forever chemicals in them. It said PFAs are also common in pesticides used to feed crops, which produce chemical-rich runoff that can enter the drinking water supply. Yeah, and you know, you have different runoffs that get into the water supply, but ultimately you have this devil spraying chemtrails, these different chemicals, these different metals, these different forever chemicals in the air and the sky upon the crops, and ultimately which gets in the water supply. So everything that we consume in this place is, you know, completely defiled, man. All right. Now I want to give one scripture and then we can close out. This is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13, and it reads, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. All right. And, you know, this is concerning this current captivity that we're in. And not only has Esau honed in on the food and the water, etc., but he's expanded to various different items, you know, your household products, everything that you have to use on the daily, you know, your essential supplies. He has defiled those as well. Okay. He has sought out to destroy and contaminate everything that you come in contact with, man. That's why the scripture says, you know, if the time, the days were not shortened for the elect's sake, there shall be no flesh alive. And we can close out on that scripture, matter of fact. This is Matthew 24 and 22, and it reads, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And the days are being shortened. Let's read that in the NLT. It says, in fact, unless the time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of Yahweh's chosen ones. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time. Shalom.